What you see here is a schematic of a half-wave rectifier using a PN junction. You know that a PN junction conducts only in one direction. Suppose here you give a sine wave from the waveform generator. So here the positive half will pass through and negative half will be blocked by the PN junction. And after that we monitor the waveform, input and output as well. And then we connect a load resistor and later on a filter to convert this half-wave rectified waveform into a DC or DC with some ripple. So let us have a look at the connections that we are going to use. Actually is this. Here you can see the waveform generator is connected here and it is monitored on A1, and after the diode we monitor it. So there is no load resistor at the moment. So the only load is the input impedance of A2, that is 1 mega ohm. So let us have a look at the output. So this is what the output. So let us put the cursor on and see. So you can see the drop here is only something like say 0.2 volts. So 3 volt if you give, and you get something like a 2.7 volt output, right? So now what we do next is we connect a load resistor. So I connect a 1 kilo ohm resistance there like this. So a 1 kilo ohm connected to ground. So immediately you can see this thing change. Now there is a higher potential drop, right? Around 0.65 volt is getting dropped across this. So the reason is the voltage drop across the diode is a function of current. So initially the current was only a couple of microampere, now it is a couple of milliamperes. So that is why the drop is different. So this is something you might have already done in your schools or college classes, but what we are going to do now is we just change the diode. So far we have used, this is a 1N4148 high frequency diode. So we are going to replace it with another diode. And we remove the load resistor. So what you see here is it's coming into the negative half also here, right? And with the earlier diode it was not happening. So what could be the reason? So the other one, 4148, is a high frequency diode. That means it has less junction capacitance, and this particular diode has more junction capacitance, and this is this 4000 series, 1N4000 series, and that is, you must have used that all the time. So I'll just reduce the frequency now to say something like 50 Hertz and adjust the time base. So you can see this. This is what you must have done in your schools or college, because you always use 50 Hertz. So when you use that particular diode, you will not notice anything, the effect of that capacitance. But when you go to higher frequencies, you will find that that particular diode is not really good for the job. But at the same time, if I connect the load resistor back, it will vanish. Again, it looks very neat, clean. The reason is the amount of charge that can get through that capacitor and the kind of voltage, the amount of voltage that can induced on a 1 mega ohm load is visible, but whatever it can induce on a 1 kilo ohm load is almost negligible. That's why we see this. So now we can go to the next step. Like here we can put the filter capacitor and see the effect of it. So we will take, here we will insert a filter capacitor parallel to the load resistor. So So here you can see this is the effect of the filter capacitor. So the capacitor charges at this point, then after this point it is capacitor discharge. There is no current through the diode at that point, right? Then again here the capacitor charges and discharges. So if you use a bigger, it's only a 1 microfarad, so if you use a bigger value of capacitance or increase the load resistance, you will find less and less ripple and you can get a better DC output. So this is how the half wave rectifier and filter circuits work.